Welcome back, everybody, to the Coaching Network Let's Talk Business series. Today, I am joined by a fellow networker who is in my BNI chapter over here in SoCal, BNI Champions. Cory, if you could go ahead and introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about you and what you do.
All right. Well, thank you for having me on, Maria. It's a pleasure to be here and talking to everybody here. My name is Dr. Cory Singer. I run a practice called Singer Chiropractic Wellness Center. We've been in business for about 11 years, going to go on 12 in July. And I love taking care of people. It's my passion. And run a kind of a wellness style practice, taking care of people and more comprehensive model inside of our practice.
One of the main questions that I'm asking all my guests is about their successes because as I've been talking to people, we've realized that we're small business owners and often we're isolated. As much as we have a team, we don't have really somebody that we can celebrate our successes with. So I'm trying to give people an opportunity to do that and a platform to do that. So if you were to share your biggest success so far, what would that be?
So my biggest success definitely is just like the people I take care of, right? So I think I counted on my Yelp and my Google reviews. It's like 400 5-star reviews that we've had, and that's just a testament to the lives that I've changed, right? Being people that are coming in that are suffering, that are sick, that are not feeling well, and I'm able to make a difference in their lives, and that's why I got into business in the first place. It wasn't to have a business. It was I got into this to be able to help people and get them to feel better and make a difference in their lives. People that are having issues, whether it be musculoskeletal or neurological, biochemical, whatever it is, I'm able to get in there and help them out and help them feel better from the mom that can't lift their kids because their back's hurting her, and then now that she could take care of her kids better. Person that can't look over their shoulder backing out of the driveway, now they can. The person that's struggling with anxiety every day and not constantly worried, to now they're feeling great and able to have peace in their life. Like that's what it's about. Like it's about helping people. So that's my greatest success.
I love that your biggest success. Yeah, I love that that's your biggest success, fulfilling your vision of helping people and helping individuals carry on a healthier life. So thank you so much for sharing that. And we wouldn't be entrepreneurs without the roller coaster of owning a small business. So what has been your greatest challenge so far and how did you overcome it?
So my greatest challenge would be learning how to talk to people about their health and help them to understand that it's important to take care of their spines. Chiropractic is, unfortunately, there's people that really love it, and then some part of the population that are kind of like new to it, don't really know what to expect. And the concept of spinal and nervous system health is something that's very foreign to a lot of people. They're not, they've never heard of, oh, you actually have to take care of your spine, or you should take care of your spine and your nervous system, because our society is very reactive in nature, right? So our quote unquote healthcare is very much sick care. It's taking care of people once they've fallen ill or once they're sick, not necessarily preventative in nature. And that has been a big challenge on being able to explain that to people and find metaphors to be able to get people to connect with that idea of like, hey, you probably should take care of yourself, and more than just a band-aid here and there or reaching for the pill for every single condition. So that would be the biggest challenge that we've had, or that I've had. And I think I've done a pretty good job though of explaining the need for care and helping people with that.
How did you develop that? Like, how did you find ways to make people understand? And just having come from your 10-minute presentation in BNI, which was excellent, by the way, you explained that so well. It was super technical. Like, it gave us a lot of information, but it was all understandable. It was easy to understand, easy to digest. How did you improve that communication?
Um, well, I've had coaches over my career, and they've been pivotal, right? They've been vital for me. The first couple of years was a big struggle, right? It was like I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to get them to understand that they should take care of themselves. And I worked with coaches to learn about how to talk to people, and they gave me roadmaps. I didn't try to reinvent the wheel. I kind of just was a sponge and took it all in and went with it, and that really made a huge difference. So kudos to the coaching world.
I think that problem is universal, and that's why there's so many professional developments. I personally have been to seminars and workshops where you have to look at people will do anything they can to avoid pain. So that's the reactive portion. So when they get to that point, that's when they start doing things, but they don't want to go outside their comfort level. And they're like, well, I don't need this now. Like, there's nothing wrong with me, but they don't understand that preemptive. It's very similar to the coaching world where a lot of people are like, no, I'm pretty good financially now, or I'm not financially good and I can't afford you. And it's like now is when you should be able to hire a coach to help you get to that next level. And that communication is key, understanding where the other person is coming from.
Don't know what you don't know, right? It's like it's like you might have a concept of where you are, but there's things that coaches can kind of point out, like, hey, by the way, you shouldn't be thinking things like that. Maybe you have a different way of a perspective, and that one change of perspective kind of opens you up to the next level of business.
I always encourage my clients, my contacts, even if you don't have a coach, have conversations with other business owners. Have your friends, your colleagues, tell them what you're planning to do, how you're planning to do it. If you have a presentation, a proposal that you're working on, have somebody else look at it, because everybody's going to bring a different perspective. And there are, like, exactly what you said, there are things that you don't know, and you don't know them. So, going on that, what is something that you wish you had known before you started your business?
I mean, like, it kind of touches on that same thing of not understanding how to explain stuff to people, but I guess to not be redundant, we'll just leave that. We'll leave that as one answer. What would I want to know before I started business? I guess it's the other part is just, I guess, like running the business side of things. So there's like in school, you learn, like, as a doctor of chiropractic, we learn chiropractic, and I think there was maybe like maybe a 2 month kind of little course on, like, quote unquote business, right? It's just not enough. It's just not enough, because there's so many different aspects of business that you have to learn, and literally I started off from school, opened up my business, and learned really everything firsthand, no knowledge. And so it was just like how to do marketing, how to do sales, how to do like all the financial aspects of things, how to price your services, like all these things that are you have no clue going into it. And so, if I would have known all of that going in, great. I think also to retouch on it, I probably would have, in before I even got into practice, I probably would have got with a coach before I even got into practice. And then that I would have learned a lot of things that I would need to know, and I would have hit the ground running a little faster, instead of making, as many mistakes. I made mistakes, but I'm always failing forward. So it's like, but I have a lot of successes, but you're always kind of there's always going to be a problem in your business. And if you don't have problems, then you're not growing, right? And that's a problem too. So so you're always going to have problems no matter what. So just knowing that mindset, and I think that's the only thing that can keep somebody moving forward, because a lot of people, if they experience a problem, they're like, oh no, a problem, it's terrible. Like, it's like, no, it's to be expected, right? That's the master philosophy, right? If you know there's going to be problems, you could attack them and approach them in the right way. And then if you have somebody to work with to help you through them, it's obviously way
It's
better.
all about having a mindset and a growth mentality. And we had a previous guest that was talking about issues and problems and mistakes. And she said, everything is a lesson. So everything that you're experiencing, as you mentioned, you're falling forward is a lesson that you can grow from, you can learn from. And one of the first things that my wife said to me when I got my first business over 10 years ago was be prepared to make one mistake a day. And the moment that you prepare yourself to do that, when you make that mistake, there's a sense of relief because, yeah, I made a mistake. What do I learn from it? But, oh, my mistake for the day is done. Let's carry on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I run with that. I teach my kids too. I ask them at the end of the day. So, what was good today? And then I always ask them like, what was something that was hard for you? What did you do that was hard, that was challenging? What did you fail at anything today? And they think about it and I say, okay, good. So what did you learn from that? And because like that quote is like, you either win or you learn. You don't fail, right? So um, you could take that. It's obviously it's just semantics, but it's the right way to look at it, right? The right way to look at it is, yeah, you can fail at something, but as long as you keep trying and keep going, you could find a solution for it.
Exactly what I was going to say. The only way to fail is by stopping, by staying stagnant and not trying because inaction is action in itself, and if you stop trying, you're never going to learn from whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. If anybody is struggling with business right now and they're looking for a resource, what's a resource that you would recommend? Whether it's a podcast, a book, a person, what is something that you'd recommend to them?
Yeah, I'm constantly learning from. I'm constantly listening to podcasts, trying to learn. I listen to a lot of like Tony Robbins stuff, and that's one of my first like personal development, but he also has business information as well. But I can drop my two coaches are Scott Sawyer and George Bernbach. Those are my two doctors that I've coached with at DC trainings, as well as 5 Star, and those are the two coachings that I've used. I listen to a lot of Alex Hormozy stuff, Dan Martell. Those are like the people that I'm kind of like that are in my ear right now. Back in the day, it was a lot of Tony Robbins, like just constantly listening to that mindset stuff. So those are good things to get you started.
I'm a huge Tony Robbins fan and I listen to his stuff. Recently, I've gotten into Mel Robbins and I've gone to Unleash the Power Within, I think 3 times. Every time I go, I get something out of it.
Next time you go, call me. We'll go together.
Let's do it. We can walk on fire,
Power move.
break it, right? I love that. I love that. To end it all, what is a fun fact about you that you'd like to share with our audience?
I like to sing karaoke. I'm a karaoke holic, so not holic, but I really enjoy singing karaoke. I definitely hog the mic when I get up there.
And would you say you have a good voice? Do people say you have a good voice?
It's great. It's good enough for karaoke.
I love that. Okay, we have to have a BNI karaoke event then. That just
I am totally down for that. So like when I sing karaoke, like I always just try to like imitate the person I'm singing because that's fun. Now I can't always do that. Now I think I have a good voice when I sing like how I can sing, but I don't always do that because I'm always just trying to imitate the voice, so it doesn't always sound great. But and I could also rap.
What's your go-to karaoke
It
song?
used to be Bohemian Rhapsody because it's like my favorite song, but it became very cliche after a while, so I stopped singing it, and now it's kind of like all over the place. So, uh, Mr. Brightside's been good. Yeah, there's all kinds. It's just and my mother-in-law always has me sing 8 Mile, Lose Yourself. So that's one of the my rap song my go-to rap song.
I love that. I personally go for a little bit of I guess they're like alternative. What is Blink 182 or Sum 41? Yeah. So it's
Yeah, alternative rock. They're a little bit of punk. Yeah.
just it's you don't need a good voice, which I don't have.
Okay, you don't need it as long as you're having fun. That's what it's about. Yeah,
I think so too. I think so. So long as everybody's having fun, especially if it's after happy hour, right?
yeah, that helps. I actually don't need a booze to get up there and sing.
Yeah. If anybody wants to reach out to you after this episode airs to connect with you or potentially use your services, what's the best way for them to reach out to you?
The best way to get a hold of us is our practice phone number. So you can call 714-582-6235. That's our practice. If you're looking for, um, you know, scheduled appointment or whatever. You could follow my YouTube channel at Singer Chiropractic. So it's youtube.com/Singer Chiropractic. Those are like the two places I'm active right now.
All right. So if you want to book an appointment, schedule something with him, use that number. And to connect, go ahead and check out his YouTube channel. Thank you again, Dr. Cory, for being here with us today. Really appreciate your time.
I'll drop one more. Our website,
Yeah,
singerchiropracticwellness.com.
perfect. There you go. Call, website, or go on YouTube. Thanks again. And I hope to see you guys next week for our next Let's Talk Business.